I've heard some comparisons between Atomfall, Rebellion's new post-apocalyptic first-person shooter, and Fallout, but I was pleasantly surprised to find that Atomfall has an identity all its own. While it borrows some elements from other games in the genre, its unique setting and tone set it apart.
Hey guys, it's Sam from PSX Extreme, and today we're going to be taking a look at Atomfall.
Unlike other post-nuclear war epics, Atomfall trades the usual grays and browns for a lush and green environment to explore. The hills and lakes all around you give a stark contrast to the stone bunkers and sealed vaults, yes, there are vaults, and give your surroundings some variety. Off in the distance, you can see signs of a nuclear blast that has ravaged the land, creating a cool portal in the sky effect as traces of bluish and purple hues reach the horizon. Atomfall's graphics are rendered using its proprietary graphics engine, Asura, and it gives it a similar aesthetic to the Sniper Elite franchise. But unlike the slow-mo-centric aforementioned series, Atomfall is mostly in first person. Many early game guns have a layer of rust caked on metal. The brighter elements of the color palette, like the lush green fields and those iconic red telephone boxes, really pop against the green, sometimes bloody, grass fields. The level design in Atomfall encourages the player to take a broad look at the fields ahead. In most cases, the path straight ahead will likely leave you overwhelmed and full of bullet holes. Very early on, I found myself very underpowered when I came across a bandit camp. I, of course, was murdered very quickly. Eventually, I decided to go under the camp by finding a nearby sewer tunnel. Atomfall is not a full-on open world, but a series of connected medium-sized maps. Its freedom in a bubble approach helps each area feel different. In between combat zones, you can also find various villages. Conversations and exploration will unlock new leads that will give you a hint about sub-objectives during a quest. Traversing the dark sewer also presented me with the first NPCs that stand out in Atomfall. You can learn new leads in conversation with these folks by navigating different dialogue trees. If you press them for more information, it can lead to better trading items and info on side missions and other story beats. New mission information will also be updated during these conversations, including new locations being automatically unlocked on your map. Atomfall is a story set in Windshire, England during the 1950s. A nuclear accident has ravaged the land, bringing the usual bandits, raiders, and mutated monsters. While the game does take place in a fictionalized quarantine zone, it does a great job of recreating the beautiful countryside of the time period. Burned out cars and tanks can be seen hidden in the broken down grass fields. Another standout element, as I mentioned before, are those iconic red phone booths. These telephone boxes will ring as you walk close to them, often giving clues about the larger story. There is an eerie, horror-like tone to certain story elements that remind me of BioShock in all the best ways. One of the best examples of this is in Atomfall's vault-like bunkers. After reaching your first settlement, seeking out the remaining bunkers will become a major mechanic in the game. The bunkers are naturally dark, encouraging you to use your flashlight and proceed stealthily. The cold stone surroundings make a great sense of ambient noise as a means of atmospheric storytelling. Atomfall also has lots of British and UK pop culture influences. There is a charm about the way that the slang and mannerisms of Atomfall's denizens, from your helpful NPCs to the bandits who are hunting you. The story is also dripping with some cheeky sci-fi references, including Doctor Who and my personal favorite, The Wicker Man. This results in some of the most polite post-apocalyptic bandits you'll likely encounter. You'll also come across pubs, sitting stones, and landmarks dripping with UK culture, much like you would find in an Assassin's Creed game. Combat in Atomfall is easily the best part of the game, but it also exposes some pretty jarring issues with the package. The early part of your adventure begins with you awakening in a post-bomb shelter 5 years after the innocent. It's also the first glimpse that you can melee take down any NPC. After being awakened by a scientist, I killed him, sure that I wasn't going to be returning to that starting area. The early hours of Atomfall will naturally start you somewhat underpowered and low on ammo, encouraging you to engage in some essential stealth. The stealth and AI in this game are slightly broken, and you can often use them to your advantage. You can hide in the grass, and after taking out a guard, You can run back to the spot to hide again. Enemies will see you when they shouldn't, often running right to where you are. Other times, they won't notice you killing an enemy 10 feet away. It is wildly inconsistent. When you are ready to stand and fight, gunplay is crunchy, and the guns have a real-world kick to them. Enemies often wear helmets, and the headshots will send the pieces of armor flying off. The headshots have an old-school glorious pop shown in gore-tastic detail. Even so, the gameplay flows like it should in a first-person shooter. You are often vastly outnumbered by large groups of enemies, giving the combat a heightened sense of tension. This places a greater emphasis on giving you a wide berth in combat encounters. Using verticality and tactical positioning is key, and it's the only way to avoid being gunned down. Rebellion's latest title has some minor issues. Firstly, there is no fast travel in the early hours, which might be frustrating for some who are used to more modern open-world games. However, this is a minor nitpick as the mini areas are small. The advantage of the map is that it encourages exploration, which is the quickest way to find ammo. Atomfall is a perfect fit for those looking for a post-apocalyptic fix that offers something with a bit of a British flair. Atomfall's London gives it an identity that makes it more than a Fallout clone. The game's open scope encourages a more thoughtful approach to its tense combat and Doctor Whovian story. Atomfall, at first glance, might be regarded as a Fallout clone, but the truth is it has a clear identity that makes it stand out from its pack of imitators. Its green and lush surroundings give it a unique flair, even if its story is still a little bit by the numbers. The Rebellion title also has wide open maps encouraging verticality and experimentation, which you'll need to survive its brutal but satisfying combat.